Hi everyone, my name's Robyn, and today I'm going to be reading Fly Away Home by E. Bunting and illustrated by Hauer. This book, I think, in my opinion, would be good for first graders just because the main character, Andrew, is 7 years old, and that's about first grade. But I also think this book can definitely be used to bring up social issues of homelessness and poverty, which this book is about, in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, and really elementary level classrooms. This is a really important social issue to bring up because homelessness has been increasing with the economy, and students should be aware of different lifestyles and different ways of living when it comes to homelessness and poverty, because it's probably something they see on the streets all the time but don't really understand. So, who has ever flown on an airplane? When I flew in an airplane before, I remember the airport. It was mostly really busy, and I did not expect to see all those people I did. People were running in and out, in and out. And one of the things I remember people saying to me were, "It's so nice to have you home," or "Welcome home," or "It feels great to be home." A lot of home talk, but is the airport really their home? When I think of my home, I think of my 2-story house with my yellow room and my white sheets, my mom's cooking, and my dad, of course, screaming at the football screen. What's your home look like? Well, in this story of Andrew and his dad, we get to know what it's like to live in an airport. And I'll start reading now. My dad and I live in an airport. That's because we don't have a home, and the airport is better than the streets. We are careful not to get caught. Mr. Slocum and Mr. Vale were caught last night. 10 green bottles hanging on the wall, they sang. They were as loud as 2 moose bellowing. Dad says they broke the first rule of living here. Don't get noticed. Dad and I try not to get noticed. We stay among the crowns and we change the airlines. Delta, TWA, Northwest, we love them all, Dad says. He and I wear blue jeans and blue t-shirts and blue jackets. We have a blue zippered bag with a change of blue clothes. Not to be noticed is to look like nobody at all. Once we saw a woman pushing a metal cart full of stuff. Have you guys ever seen people on the streets pushing carts full of things? That's mostly because aluminum cans are worth a few cents or so, and people collect them and bring them back to recycling centers. So they're helping the environment and getting some money out of it. Kind of like she's doing right here. Once we saw a woman pushing a metal cart full of stuff. She wore a long, dirty coat, and she lay across a row of seats in front of Continental Gate 6. The cart, the dirty coat, the lying down were all noticeable. Security moved her out real fast. Dad and I sleep sitting up. Sleep sitting up? How do you do that? Do you think they keep their eyes open too? How do you guys sleep? I sleep sleeping on a bed. I don't think I could fall asleep sleeping up. Well, we use different airport areas. Where are we tonight, I ask. Dad checks his notebook. Alaska Air, he says, over in the other terminal. That's okay. We like to walk. We know some of the airport regulars by name and by sight. There's Idaho Joe, Annie Franny, and Mars Man. But we don't sit together. Sitting together will get you noticed faster than anything, Dad says. He's kind of smart, isn't he? Everything in the airport is on the move. Passengers, pilots, flight attendants, cleaners with their brooms. Jets roar in and close to the windows. Other jets roar out. Luggage bounces down chutes, escalators glide up and down, disappearing under the floors. Everyone's going somewhere, except Dad and me. We stay. Once, a little brown bird got caught into the main terminal and couldn't get out. It fluttered high in hollow spaces. It flew itself against a glass, fell panting on the floor, flew to a tall metal girder and perched there exhausted. "Don't stop trying," I told it silently. "Don't. You can get out." For days the bird flew around dragging one ring, and then it found the instant when a sliding door was open and slipped through. I watched it rise. Its wings seemed to be okay. "Fly, bird," I whispered. "Fly away home." Though I couldn't hear it, I knew it was singing. Nothing made me as happy as that bird. Have you ever been in the mall and like a bird was flying around? How did they get out? How did they get in? The airport's busy and noisy even at night. Dad and I sleep anyway. When it gets quiet between 2 and 4 a.m., we wake up. Dead time, Dad says. Almost no flights coming in or going out. At dead time, there aren't many people around, so we're extra careful. In the mornings, Dad and I wash up one of the bathrooms, and he shaves. The bathrooms are crowded, no matter how early it is, and that's the way we like it. Strangers talk to strangers. "Where did you get in from?" 3-hour delay? Our flight was delayed. Man, I am bushed. Dad and I, we don't talk to anyone. We buy donuts and milk for breakfast at one of the cafeterias, standing in line with our red trays. Sometimes, Dad even gets me a carton of juice. On the weekends, Dad takes the bus to work. He's a janitor in an office in the city. The bus fare is $1 each way. It kind of looks like the school cafeteria, right? Getting breakfast or lunch. And there's him waiting at the bus stop for his dad to get back from work. On those days, Mrs. Medina looks out for me. The Medinas live in the airport too. Grandma, Miss Medina, and Denny, who's my friend. So they do talk to someone in the airport. That's good. He needed a friend. He and I collect rented luggage carts that people have left outside and return them for 50 cents each. If the crowds are big and safe, we offer to carry bags. "Get this one for you, lady? It looks heavy." Or, "Can I call you a cab?" Denny's really good at calling cabs. That's because he's 7 already. Sometimes passengers don't tip. Then Denny whispers, "Stingy." But he doesn't whisper too loud. The Mendinas understand that it's dangerous to be noticed. There's the Mendinas and his friend Denny. When Dad comes home from work, he buys hamburgers for us and the Medinas. That's to pay for them for watching out for me. If Dad and I had a good day, we'd treat for pie. But I've stopped doing that. I save my money in my shoe. "Will we ever have our own apartment again?" I asked Dad. "I'd like it to be that way it was before Mom died." "Maybe we will," he says. "If I can find more work, if we can save enough money." He rubs my head. "It's nice right here though, isn't it, Andrew? It's warm, it's safe, and the price is right." But I know he's trying all the time to find us a place. He takes newspapers from the trash basket and makes pencil circles around the letters and numbers. Then he goes to the phones. When he comes back, he looks sad. Sad and angry, actually. I know he's been calling about an apartment. I know the rents are too high for us. "I'm saving money too," I tell him, and I lift one foot and point to my shoe. Dad smiles. "Attaboy." "If we get a place, you and your dad can come live with us," Denny says. "And if we get a place, you and your mom and your grandma can come live with us," I say. "Yeah," we shake on it. "That's going to be so great." After next summer, Dad says I have to start school. "How?" I ask. "I don't know, but it's important. We'll work it out." Denny's mom says he can't wait for a while, but Dad says I cannot wait. Sometimes I watch people meeting people. "We missed you. It's so good to be home." Sometimes I get mad, and I want to run at them and push them and shout, "Why do you have homes when we don't? What makes you so special?" That would get us noticed, all right. Sometimes I just want to cry. I think Dad and I will be here forever. Then I remember the bird. It took a while, but a door opened, and when the bird left, when it flew free, I know it was singing. And that's Fly Away Home. I hope you guys enjoyed.